Oh, hey, how's it going? Happy Friday. Thanks for starting your weekend off right with Nerdy by Nature. While you're listening, feel free to crack open a craft beer. Sit back, relax, have some fun. Did you hear about our website? LetUsGetNerdy.com. There's show notes, fun facts, links, visuals, everything you need from today's show so you too can enjoy the episode. In case you missed anything, it's all there. All of your senses will be happy again. While you're there, feel free to subscribe via the web, Android, or iOS, whichever your heart desires. Feel free to continue the conversation on social media. After the show, beginning, whatever, hashtag, have some fun. Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Search us up. Let us get nerdy. It's that simple. All right, we stretched our thumbs, got our controllers and dice ready, got our beakers out. Let's get to it.
Yo, this is dirty.
Nerdy by Nature here with you. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. We're here with you on Friday, the weekend. Just getting started. Grab a cold one, craft beer preferably, local stuff, or whatever it is you get yourself into. Maybe a little pie.
Maybe.
Raspberry flavor.
Uh-huh.
Patreon.com/Nerdy by Nature. We love this site. It's pretty exciting. Head over, get some rewards, donate a few bucks towards our goal. Help us get there. $150 a month is the cost for professional recording studio space. We'd like to sound, a bit better, not have to worry about the refrigerator fan or the air conditioner coming on to interrupt a recording.
Or your kids.
Or the kids.
Yes.
Somebody gets up, wets the bed, they start crying. It's over. We got to record again. And Chris is getting too old for this, so we can't,
I am, yeah.
It's getting there. Or maybe we can we should have set a goal for just more cat shirts for everybody. That would have been a good idea.
I'm up for that.
Chris can have my cat shirt.
Really? You don't want it?
No.
Oh, it's not for everybody.
No.
Fine. Chris with the cat shirt Nirvana
Yeah.
is here, always here, doing some show notes. You took care of some show notes. Dating online, not sort of your thing, I
No,
don't think.
not at all, no.
Or the bar scene, 2 a.m.
No.
Let's
not
go.
anymore. No.
You got the cat shirt on. You're
I
suave.
do, yeah.
You got the hat and the cane.
The cane?
Yeah, I
What?
think-
What?
I don't know.
You're struggling. Okay, let
I
me
think
divert this
you
and
don't-
Are
say,
you trying to pimp me out? Is that what you're saying?
Thank you.
so Chris-
You picked up what I'm putting down.
how did you find Mrs. Chris?
I found her at the mall where I worked.
She came into the store
She
one
came
day.
and found you.
Well, no, she worked across the hall.
Oh.
She was eyeing you up.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where were you? Retail.
Retail.
Right? In the big mall.
Her retail. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Comes over for change.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Oh, so she's making excuses. Like it.
Exactly.
Very
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Do you have food there? She come. for
We
snack?
had lunch a few times in the food court.
Okay.
Yeah.
Romantic. Did you pay?
No, just friends.
Yeah, Dutch.
Okay.
Dutch,
so everybody
yeah.
pays.
Yeah.
I'll
yeah.
let it slide.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Drinks.
Mhm.
And then it just went from there.
Who asked who out?
Bowling. We did bowling. We went to the movies.
Typical stuff. Pool.
Yes, I think eventually, yeah.
Cool. Was that your idea or hers? Do you remember? It's a long time ago.
Probably hers.
Yeah, how many years has it been?
I would say 19.
Not sure.
19.
It's a long time.
Congratulations.
Well done. 20 years coming up. 2 decades
Pretty much.
of,
yeah.
we'll put air quotes around the happiness.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. No looking back.
Well, yeah, you can't be smitten like you were day one, but you're still together enjoying time. So, it's not like you're,
Well, I'm not getting
First date.
tired of her. if
I
that's
would
what you're
say
getting.
Thank
your
you.
love has just grown and
Yes.
evolved.
blossomed. I heard
Yeah,
that was a
there
good
you
word
go.
with the ladies.
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, it's different. I mean, just like anything else that changes through the years. Yeah. I mean,
People change. You have
Yeah.
different opinions. You have to work together, work it out. People are married 70, 80 years. You got lots of time to
yeah,
figure it out.
it is definitely possible. And I didn't use a dating app.
Good for you.
So it's
So 19 years ago, what would there have even been like if you had wanted to?
anything, maybe Lava Life.
Oh, yeah.
I was thinking about
Remember
this
that?
the other day when we were.
Those phone ones with the ones with the commercials,
Oh,
or was that
My
yeah.
mother-in-law's
Yeah,
obsessed
and,
with those things.
Yeah, I
Odd.
Yes.
It's like
they
you
might
call
have
it-
been online too. I don't know. But
Yeah, the phone lines. You call a number, a local number, and then Tony talks to Sandra.
Yeah.
and they have these line chat lines.
It made me
Yeah, it's
think of
crazy.
Those were
those
awful.
commercials when I was younger, with
the-
this one short little guy, and he'd be like, and he'd use all these hand gestures, and he'd be like, and it's one-on-one, and it's discreet, and you're just
Or what about
like-
the young lady that's blonde laying on the bed with their telephone,
yeah.
Zach Morris phone?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
What are you doing?
She's having
isn't-
fun, just chatting on the phone.
Just casually with your foot
just-
in the air.
This
Whatever.
isn't the 80s. I'm like,
It's
this
pretty-
is back in late 90s.
Yeah, pretty
Oh,
close.
okay. So late 90s, was there like AOL, but what else was there? Was there
Match.com?
Maybe Match. I don't know. I never actually looked into any of those, to be honest with you. Like, you know, but the BBS back in the day had
Chat boards, that sort of thing?
it had a matchmaker kind of a module app,
Really?
and I remember doing that.
Did it work?
Not really, because
not enough users probably?
not enough
Well, then
female
Right.
users. That's the problem.
it would
with
hook
that.
you up with a bromance. Or if you
It
like
might.
dudes, have fun.
Yeah.
It was better than Grinder, that's for sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
But that's true though. Like Chris brings up a good point. Like all these, there's so many dating websites out there now, but they all suffer from the same problem, which is you have to have people on them. Like I remember in high school being on the BBSs, and I think there was like one like woman I interacted with, but I knew nothing about her other than the BBS. Like it's not like I ever met her in person. It's not like I even knew what she looked like or how old she was.
Yeah.
But we had this little, flirtatious BBS relationship as we played Legend of the Red Dragon, and it's just like, but that's our entire relationship just kind of existed in that
Yeah,
little
on the
world.
BBS. Yeah. And I had a friend as well that was a female.
Yeah.
It was in the other city.
Yeah.
And we talked quite often. Then she started calling me, but it was strictly a friendship. That's all it was.
Okay.
It's okay, Chris.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
Oh, Matchmaker.com was founded in 86, so this would have been definitely something on the market, except you skipped it and went right to the mall. Good for you.
Matchmaker.com. I haven't
Yeah.
even heard of that one.
I don't know.
Is it still active?
I think the question is, if I had
Seems
to
to be.
date today, would I be using an app? Mm-hmm. I think so.
Now that
I
you have a
think so.
smartphone capable,
Yeah.
You know that you got your new phone.
do it.
So for you, there's not like any kind of stigma or anything like that.
No, I think I like the concept. I mean, there's a few sites out there I'm sure that people have used, and it seems to be more like a pickup market kind of deal.
Tinder, Zooks, that sort
Yeah,
of thing.
like that.
Plenty of fish.
But I mean, if you have like a whole list of questions to be asked, what is it? Harmony has this thing.
eHarmony.
Harmony.
Like 400 questions or something?
400 questions.
A friend of mine did it. It was 34 pages.
Yeah.
He was insane. I said, no, I wouldn't get past 2 pages. I'd be done.
Well, with ADD, of course. Right?
Yes, I'd be 2 beers in. Screw this.
But the question is that going to get you more of a perfect match?
That's the idea, right? Because it's that whole general idea of a personality and interests and likes and shared
It's basically
philosophies.
doing what your friend did as matchmaker that knew 2 friends. And
Yeah.
it would just open up the doors. Perhaps you couldn't find anybody locally that was of interest. So you just go to a dating website. That would be your quote-unquote friend. Play matchmaker. Put in your information. And hopefully, by luck and by algorithms, you would find somebody.
Yeah, I was going to say your friend's been replaced by algorithms now. Like that's kind of like modern computer science. Like just throw an algorithm at it.
Yeah.
Got a
And
problem? We can solve it.
Yeah, but maybe you don't want that close of a match. Maybe you still
Opposites
want
attract.
an opposite. Yeah.
Or maybe you go out and find somebody that, somebody's halfway across the world. That person likes surfing. The other person likes, reading books, and they match somehow because they have maybe a similar common interest or similar values. Then maybe they get along well.
I think that's why all these apps pretty much have a distance filter, so you don't match with someone halfway across the world to start.
But if you travel, there's a lot of people that go
Yeah.
to, say, the Caribbean or something, or
Sure.
a resort, and they meet up
Yeah.
or on a cruise ship or something,
that's true.
singles or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, how far would you go to meet your match?
How far did you go to meet your
I
match?
went about an hour.
Yeah.
I was working in Kitchener, which was down the 401. A wife is in London, hometown now, and so that's about an hour and change.
And what brought you guys together?
Oh boy, casualkiss.com.
Casualkiss.com. Never heard of that one either.
Well, it was not. It's not listed on this wiki site, but
Because it's probably folded.
yeah. Oh,
Did
yeah.
you even
It was
see?
it was a free one. I'm curious if it's pardon me, still up, but it's spinning. Probably not.
Wow.
But hey, it did its job. It brought you two together.
Yeah, it seems like it was trying to compete with Plenty of Fish and those free freemium websites in the day, and it
Yeah,
kind of
that
went
was the other
folded.
one.
You can link it to MSN or something like that. It worked out. MSN was still there. It was 12 years ago. So it's
Who messaged too?
oh wow, I think I messaged. I started off.
Yeah.
Told her she should smile more because she was trying to be too perfect in the picture.
So
Lighting's just
you went with like a neg as your opener.
nag perhaps, or just showing interest. Help me out a little bit here.
No, I mean that's some advanced level game there, according to some D-bags on the internet. You have that backhanded
The
compliment.
reverse psychology. Oh, nobody's ever said this before. Interesting. Yeah, I should more. Yeah, I'd like to see you smile. There we go. Boom. Done. I actually
It's
did
a
something
different
right.
game. I
Yeah.
don't know.
In person,
It
though,
worked.
it'd be completely awkward. I'd fail 500 times, but behind the computer, I just type stuff because you have time to
Because
think
of the
about
written word, and you kind of find your strength is there. So,
Right.
I mean, what was that? Your first date with the website and
Yeah,
success?
that was the first time, and yeah, I guess there were some friendships that had in high school through dating websites like Yahoo Chat and stuff. That wasn't really a dating website, but it was social gathering. That was weird.
But your first real experience, 100% success rate.
Yes.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, didn't really go on. I tried a couple times surfing around, didn't really find anyone interesting, so I left it for a bit. My friend decided, you should do it again. Find somebody, don't give up, and I did. Went
Find
back
happiness.
on, found a wife, and a few dates later, back and forth. Actually, first date, I lost the car in Walmart. We had to pick up some food and stuff that was closest to her place, and
Yeah.
lost the car. She laughed, found that funny, and I think we ended up hanging out a few months later at my place. She had to stay for the week because of a snowstorm,
Yeah.
and the rest is history. All my stuff
So
was there.
were you in London at the Walmart and you lost your? Okay. See, I think that's new to town kind of people, because I also had like a girlfriend a few years back, lost her car at Masonville Mall, and it's like something about like out of towners, like you just because as a local you think you forget where you park. Like, come on, it's not that.
There's everything
crazy,
going
but
on. You're in a new relationship. You're in a new
You're
city.
distracted.
Yeah, you have to figure out if you should eat dessert before food.
Yeah.
The meal. There's a lot of things going on.
And you didn't have one of those little beep beeps, did you?
No, that was 12 years ago.
Yeah.
I think I might have had the push button windows, maybe.
Maybe if you're lucky.
That was
Yeah.
about it. Wow.
I only
I'm old.
recently got those push button windows back. I had the roll ups on my Civic, so
Your phone was like 100 times fancier than your car for years.
yeah,
It was
yeah,
good.
for sure.
Nathan, you're here talking about online dating.
Yeah, that's true.
Let me at it. Did you meet somebody on WoW, or how did it go?
I have met people on WoW, but no girlfriends on WoW.
Probably for the better.
For me, for the most part, I've tried OkCupid.
Too dedicated.
And I've tried Plenty of Fish, and obviously I've had better success with Plenty of Fish because I'm with my current girlfriend Brianna for
Ta-da.
almost 3 years through that website.
Attaboy.
So it's funny though, because I can kind of appreciate a lot of the complaints people level at Plenty of Fish and some of those other free sites. I think because they are free and the barrier to setting up an account is so low that you get like a lot of women especially just inundated with all these crazy guys, and it's like maybe pay sites are good. Like I've never really used a pay site, and I've thought, why would I pay for something when I can get it for free?
Well, it weeds out how serious you are. That's
Well, exactly. And it's like, I mean, Brianna's shared her own experience that she didn't have much luck with, like eHarmony or Match, one of those pay sites, right? She had one for a while and didn't really have much luck. But on the other hand, it's like, I almost feel like, God forbid anything bad happened and I went back to it, I would almost feel like I wanted to try a pay site next time, because it's like, if this is supposed to be, finding that person for the rest of your life. So why wouldn't people take it a little bit more serious? You know,
Exactly.
website usually
yeah.
has a bit more support, a bit more customer service, a bit more updating and robustness to the
or even the
algorithms.
fancy algorithms, right? Like that 400-page survey. Well, maybe that means when it says this person is good for you, they know what they're talking about. You know what I mean?
Because there's a lot of data and information that has to sift through to find somebody
Yeah,
based on the
exactly.
criteria.
It
And you have
can't
to-
just be a photo.
right,
that you're-
and you have to pay for that stuff.
Yeah. Well, and the funny part is like the one thing I do kind of like about OkCupid is it does do a little bit more of that matching percentages. Like, so in your face, it'll say based on the amount of questions you answered and how well you filled out your profile and what quizzes you did and whatever, it'll give you a number, and it'll give you a number compared to someone else, right? So it's like, it gives you an idea, right? Like if this is a 2% match, you're probably going to hate each other. And if you ever actually manage to go on a date, you'd probably just spend it arguing. You know what I mean? Like if you've got absolutely no commonalities, I just think that makes for just conflict, right? So
Yes.
I think it is kind of good to have some of that kind of quantitative analysis, I guess, of something very qualitative, like how you would interact or your compatibility with a
Yeah.
person. It's kind of an abstract thing, but I do like how they're trying to kind of nail it down there. But it is kind of funny. Like one thing I do still laugh about to this day with Plenty of Fish is it's such a garbage site. Like when you think that apparently the online dating industry is multi-billion-dollar industry, and Plenty of Fish is a pretty big one, and they've got like a bunch of companies under their umbrella, like a bunch of different sites catering to different things. So they're trying to get as much of the user market as possible, and they have the premium services to help you float to the top. So they're making money off of this, a lot of money, and they still have a website that looks like crap. Like their support sections look like they were coded in the 90s. You know what I mean? Like
Oh, wow.
weird different size fonts, and everything's in a confusing layout. And part of the people say, well, they do that on purpose so that, you're going to be like, I want to quit this site. Oh, I can't figure out how to quit this site. Oh, well, I guess I'll just keep on this site. I'll just keep dating.
Or they just didn't put any money into it, and then they had a brand and an image, and they said, well, people know what it is. And
Yeah.
I just kind of stuck with it.
Yeah, like I could definitely see a little bit of the whole, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, and it's more money for us, right?
Do you know where they're from, Plenty of Fish?
No idea.
Wanna
I just
hazard a
remember
guess?
there's that Marcus guy. What is
Hazard-
it, a Canadian site or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris, what do you think? Pick a province, city. Where do you think Plenty of Fish is from?
I feel like this is a trick.
Yeah, I feel like, yeah.
Vancouver.
London, Ontario?
Vancouver, BC.
Oh,
Figures.
Wow,
That's
okay.
popular out there. 9 languages, which is kind of wild. 100 million users, something like that. And on a crappy
Worldwide,
website, if you will. Like
Yeah.
not pretty.
Maybe
there's a
mostly
bunch-
free, I'm
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Could be just
Yeah.
mostly a bunch of coders or something, or developers that can't do ANSI art, or ASCII art, anything fancy.
Well, now you're disparaging their developers and coders.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Well, I mean, most people that code are, logical and they know programming languages, but they're not the creative types, the animators and, pretty stuff. Get the job done.
Well, I hope you got all these interviews in the can already from like Big Viking and Big Blue and all those other ones, because the way you're slamming on coders, you're not getting them in.
That's why you have different jobs. You don't have jack of all trades.
That's fair enough.
Thank you anyway.
that's fair.
You have I can do HTML and CSS, stuff like that. I can't draw anything. You have a bunch of stick
But
figures
you
on
can
Nerdy by
write
Nature's
like
website.
a wordsmith.
Right. Or,
So, and I would say creative writing is a creative talent.
sure, but stick figures.
Okay,
Doesn't work.
But it's not about
Make my
art.
case here.
It's about design and layout and font choice and things like that, right? Like
Could
it's
be
not
just
like
me then.
they're just missing
That's
a
what it
couple
is.
pictures on their website. Like, it's,
Okay, but either way, do you not think that maybe the whole dating website app, whatever, is saturated hard? Because
well,
I did some searches and I'm just
Yeah, there's a lot on there.
I do find it
Yeah.
funny how there is like one for every flavor, right? Like, I mean, there's been a few big ones that have been around for years, like JDate and stuff like that, where the Jews come to mingle. But
Okay.
it is funny that it just seems to keep splintering, and you're like, personally, I figure the way you make the money is by having the most number of people able to use your site, right? Like,
Sure.
what's the point in having like single farmers or whatever, right?
What about hotornot.com?
I don't know.
You go through and rate somebody out of 10. Like, there's a photo, great, 10.
Okay,
One.
but that seems kind
Four.
of shallow. What kind of dating service
The
is
modern
that?
version of the app is Tinder. You just swipe through.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You have a lady who puts a perfect photo of some, we'll call it bombshell, if you will, or a dude. Well, that's more straight. That's straight stuff. Usually men and women dating on Tinder.
Okay, wait. So you're telling me I'm swiping which way I like that? And
Right,
then
you
what?
swipe, and then you can swipe to get rid of the person, and then you like it. and
One way is nope, and the other way is yep.
Okay, but at some point I get a match at the end of it.
right,
all.
and then you
It'll
get a
tell you if
conversation.
the other person has selected you as well.
And there's some that ladies in control. They can only message the guys from Tinder. It doesn't
Really?
matter.
Bumble.
Pardon?
You're thinking of Bumble is the
Oh,
big
yeah.
one out now.
Right.
And they've got this whole like bee motif, which, I mean, hey, at least they've got some good branding.
Sure.
But their new offices are like yellow and look like honeycombs, and
Mm.
they really went all out on it.
Almost like Foursquare used to be.
Yeah, but they're an app where you can kind of swipe through and pick people, but it's the power's in the woman's hands. So basically, if you match, she has to message you, otherwise the match goes away.
Okay, but that's a dice game though, really, because there's no like questions. There's no
No,
dimension
it's,
to
it's
this.
shallow, as you said.
I
Yeah.
mean, there is, like, in terms of most of these apps now are using Facebook as like their gold mine of personal information,
Sure.
right? So it'll go through your Facebook profile and common interests and things like that. Shared networks just have that as a commonality. So you are looking at, a picture primarily, but small bio and then shared interests and
Just
and
grabbing
so-
it from somewhere else.
So yeah,
really-
physical attraction is a big key of it, but let's be honest, physical attraction is still kind of important to people.
More of a traditionally Tinder being a hookup website.
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
necessarily
it sounds
serious
like
like
it.
Match.com or
The straight version of Grindr, if you will.
right grinders out there for gentlemen. I don't know if it's ladies too that can partake. I'm not sure. I believe it's just for gentlemen. They can meet other guys on there
Right,
with
right.
Yeah.
equally awesome pictures, being buff and whatnot.
Yeah.
Nice hair.
I'm in my mid to late 20s, more so late 20s, living in the UK. Therefore, I would guess I'm one of the last generations that remember using a floppy disk to save schoolwork on, and maybe remember the early days of memory sticks, flash drives, thumb drives, whatever you want to call them these days. My point is that the age of apps arrived just as I was entering the time of my life when dating was coming on my radar and getting increasingly more important in my life. Once I downloaded, created a profile on one dating app, it was just a simple case of rinse and repeat on the others. Back in the days when Plenty of Fish released their iPhone app, I was there, chatting to people, having some decent conversations, but never really engaging with a spark with anyone. I got bored pretty quickly. Then along came Grindr. This is an app that really opened my mind. Almost everyone was so forward and knew what they wanted, and was much more fast-paced than Plenty of Fish. One time when I got talking to a guy, I called him Peter for the sake of this. Myself and Peter got on like a house on fire, exchanging messages backwards and forwards for a couple of days. We exchanged numbers, had a couple of phone calls, and arranged to meet. As a sensible person I am, I let my friends know what I was doing and where I was going, and what time I should contact them to let them know I'm safe. We met at a local pub. He didn't live that far away from me, about 10-minute drive or so. Peter was the first guy I ever met from one of these apps. I thought I had found a diamond in the rough. I was head over heels with him. The date went really well. I was actually surprised and wanted to carry on meeting him. Unfortunately, Peter had other ideas. He asked me to go back to his, to have some fun. When I didn't want to, he exclaimed, so that was a waste of my time. His aim was different than mine, so I guess it was indeed a waste of time. I deleted my account on Grindr and decided to stick with Plenty of Fish, taking it slow. Then along came Tinder. This was a breath of fresh air. The idea that you had to like each other before starting talking really appealed to me. In the end, Tinder ended up being the same as Grindr, just with a different skin. My time with the apps has resulted in very few friends. I use that term loosely, who I talk on a semi-regular basis, but never actually meet. I have come to accept this and do not have the apps anymore. All the people that I wish to talk to have other means to contact me, and myself to contact them. Right now, I'm single and ready to mingle, but focused on a more natural approach to dating. No apps, just talking to friends and meeting new people at social gatherings to broaden my social circle. I see people on these apps that they say they're after friends. I don't get that personally. I love my friends, I wouldn't change them for the world, and I don't really need to add to that.
For gay guys, Tinder is more of the relationship app. If you're on Grindr, you're looking to usually have a good time and not necessarily find the man of your dreams.
Not for a long time, but a good time.
Are you going to start singing a song there?
No,
Okay.
I can't. Copyright issues. You get the idea.
Or Mr. Right Now.
Right.
Well, exactly.
Match.com. That's a fun one. That's been around for years.
Yeah, that's a long one, yeah.
Never heard of
And they
Gay
always have
Romeo.
those free weekends or
yeah.
whatever.
That buy 5 days, get 6 day free. It's kind of odd. I don't know. It's a way to hook you in. Had a few people that chimed in. They wanted to talk about their experiences, and it certainly could listen to those as well.
Hi, this is Liz from Ouija Broads. You can find us at OuijaBroads.com or on Facebook, Twitter, and iTunes at Ouija Broads. My experience was in 2011, I was on OkCupid, and I put in my profile that you should message me if you thought that Gomez and Morticia Addams had the perfect relationship. Somebody did message me and explained why he thought that was the case. And one thing led to another, and we've been married for 4 years and have a lovely daughter. That was a good experience, and to get there, all I had to do was survive a lot of requests for pictures of my feet and a suggestion that I interview about becoming a plural wife on a survivalist compound.
Yeah, that's
That was
a crazy story.
I was listening to that story, and it was pretty cool because I thought it was going to go south pretty fast. It's going to get weird and creepy, and then all of a sudden you're going to meet in a coffin and hang out, and it's going to get, or in the back of a hearse. Different, like a ghost hunter or something. But it turned out that they both had fans, both fans of the show. She reached out on her profile saying, "Why are these two people awesome?"
Yeah.
And she had a couple creepy people reach out to her, but one guy answered, and
Well,
then the rest is history.
Yeah, I mean, that's the tough part about being a woman on online dating, right? Like the internet is a very
Open?
rough space, I would say,
Right.
for women in general, let alone you put it into online dating and then you just get the lowest common denominator, especially when it's free.
You get
And
the special pics on Snapchat.
You could basically
No,
just
thanks.
put up a blank profile as a woman and you'll still get a bunch of messages, and most of them are going to be like, "Hey baby," or "Send me pics please," or just
Do you
very
have 2 legs? Like,
very
it's
classy things
weird.
like that. So it, like, I thought personally that was very clever, like what she did with her profile.
Sure.
Just did a good hook for somebody to message her, and it worked, right?
Especially if they're a fan of something niche, and then they'll know they can both share a common interest and
Yeah.
have a lot of fun
Yeah.
with it. And you're probably just as weird as me, sort of thing. They'll have a great time.
Exactly. It worked out.
Well, and,
Yeah.
and I think that's part of why all these little niche websites pop up, right, Chris? Is because they're going on to the extreme of, you want someone like who feels the same way passionately as you do, or shares certain characteristics or whatever it might be. Like, I mean, I remember hearing after the last election in the States, there's like a Bernie Sanders dating website where it's like, if you like Bernie Sanders and I like Bernie Sanders, let's date. And you're
Well, I
just
thought
like,
it was a petition to date Bernie Sanders.
no.
Oh.
I'm sure there's one of those out there too, but no, it's just
Yeah.
for
He's a
Bernie,
nice guy.
Bernie fans to meet each other.
Sure.
There's even one for cosplay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Different.
It's
Good,
different.
Good,
yeah.
different. There's a lot of people interested in LARPing and cosplay. Might as well get together with a stein of whatever. And
See,
to
I
it.
think that one would be a little bit unbalanced though, because I think ideally it's people who cosplay to meet people who cosplay, but they'll probably have a lot of guys who appreciate cosplay just going on there to be like, "You cosplay, I like you, let's date." And she's probably like, "No, I want someone else who actually shares my passion and creates their own costumes
more
and wants
theatrical.
to." Yeah, not someone who thinks I look good dressed up as Princess Leia or whatever.
She-Man. I mean, She-Ra.
Man, hey,
Sailor Moon.
I think,
Yes,
I think
wrong
you just made a
website,
new
sorry.
hero for
That's
a new
right,
age.
pardon me.
She-Man.
2026 with Duck Dodger, perhaps. Who knows? What other websites are out there, Chris? Have you found some interesting?
well-
Why bother?
Well, the curious ones I thought was like ones for a disabled person
Was
or
it disableddating.com?
something like that. Yeah.
So your question is why?
Yeah. I don't understand why there would be a site dedicated for that. I don't know. I just feel like there shouldn't be any sort of segregation
Right.
based on a person's abilities.
I guess there's a lot of things like, for lack of better expression, there's a lot of, I don't know, participation award sort of thing. If you're not first place, then we'll give you a ribbon, have fun. If it in sort of inclusion perspective, I think the world almost feels like some people on Tinder that would be on, say a particular website like you're talking about would get ridiculed or, more offensive material.
Yeah.
People would be just rude and just disheartening.
Well, see, I don't
know.
I wouldn't necessarily say that. I would say, I mean, obviously I'm making judgments here because I'm an able-bodied person, but which is probably not even the right term to use anymore. But anyways, moving along, that it would be a case of you get too much almost pity, right? You get people just kind of like trying to be kind, but really it's just like, don't treat me like I can't keep up with you or do the same things or share the same interests. So it's like, you know what, nuts to that. Let's just go with a group of people who know what they're getting into and are willing and wanting that and are kind of gonna treat someone like there is nothing different.
Yeah, there's no barrier. There's no guesswork. There's no stereotypes, I guess you could say. It's more of a community. So yeah, that's fair. You can get like-minded people together and, this is our common ground and maybe they'll find a match that way.
Yeah, so what is the match supposed to be between one disabled person to another disabled person?
That's what the website alluded to, yes. With a variety of
I guess I just
issues.
don't see why you'd want to do that, because when you're matching for, say, love and everything like that, what difference would it make if someone is disabled?
Personally, I think that the world is a happy place and most people are genuinely kind and nice-hearted, but
yeah,
I mean, when you're going, like Nathan said, if you're going into a website with everybody on there, like whoever you are across the world, then there's a whole bunch of treatment issues, and you don't want to look down on somebody, but you almost have that stigma in the back of your head going, I don't know, so.
Well, there's still going to be one match out there, I'm sure, if they use like eHarmony or something, right?
Right, maybe the one of the paid sites.
And the point is, they could use that site too, right? Like
it could be more efficient.
People are
too.
on multiple sites.
Well, it is, because maybe there's someone that's not disabled that's okay with, like, they're trying to match the person, right? So personality, likes, and everything.
Sure.
And then so what? They're in a wheelchair.
Theory, but if somebody
maybe I view like hooking up and love differently,
right? And a lot of people they could be shallow. They see the photo, they say, forget it. It's cruel, but it happens.
Yeah.
Sometimes the world sucks. So you need websites for people who can get along and there's no judgment.
Okay. Fair.
Yeah, I think that put a nice, succinct spin on it.
People are people, but at the end of the day, good people are also.
It's probably it has like a comfort level, I guess, for people. Like,
sure,
maybe they don't want to be on the other site, but they have this one.
Sure, it's somewhere where you can feel comfortable going to, where it's almost like a safe place,
right,
for lack of better expression, and you don't have to worry about somebody just kind of just being an idiot and saying whatever they say. Like on Plenty of Fish, just get lost.
Yeah,
just let them be. We obviously view things differently than a lot of people do. But it seems kind of silly that society has kind of come to that spot where we have to, have these websites of segregation just so people feel comfortable enough to date somebody.
Yeah.
It's probably not easy enough as it is.
Well, it's a serious thing, right? You're dating. You
want to spend the rest of your life with somebody, not necessarily somebody for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
My favorite thing when I used to look at profiles would be seeing the people that are just dumb. Like, when someone has a preference, there's no reason to express that preference, because you can set things in behind the scenes, or more importantly, you can just not respond to people. So when someone says you must be 6 feet tall, or you must be, white, I'm just like, what are you doing? You're just making yourself look like a racist idiot that you are, instead of just saying, your regular profile. And then if you don't see something you like, you just don't respond to them.
Right. Back when there was the BBS and Yahoo Chat, you put A/S/L.
Yeah.
You didn't say hello.
on IRC. Yeah,
Yeah, you got through. Okay,
Yeah.
right. So we got the location, the age, and sex down. Now let's talk. That's all you needed.
Oh,
you can
yeah.
add the height
Spent
in there.
many nights doing that.
If you want to put an H for height or what have you, you can string along, and then
Yeah,
you're
no, I
fine.
didn't
You don't
bother
need it on
with
your bio because you're right. You look like a moron.
Yeah.
Hello, there's radio buttons.
But it was
Use
all
them.
like clockwork. You put ASL, and next thing you know, you got like 5 or 6 messages in the room,
Yes.
and they're all answering it.
Yeah.
Right. That's the way chat rooms are
Yeah.
supposed to be.
And
No, I
you're-
know. I just
And
it, it's
you're on
just
your
so
chat room
crazy.
and you're like, dude.
And you're like, oh, next room.
yeah, pretty much. That was your filter back then.
I know.
When it was open. I gotta go. See ya.
I did actually have a nice little friendship with somebody from North Carolina on IRC.
What channel? RC.
Oh, I
remember?
don't remember. No,
Did you ever get pics? And I just mean like confirming identity, not
I had
anything
one.
creepy stuff.
Yeah, I had one.
Just because, I mean, dude could have been catfished very easily.
No, I wasn't. But one of my friends ended up driving to Michigan to go meet his IRC chat girls.
Yeah.
Who were in high school at the time.
Ooh.
So they lied about their age?
Yeah.
Oh, that's brutal.
Yeah.
And he's going, this is not a fraternity, ladies.
Yeah.
So they had different ideas, apparently. Good for him, but not so good for him.
Yeah. So you really have to watch about being catfished.
Yeah, the
Even today. Yeah.
states, provinces, different
yeah.
countries have laws about, doing that stuff.
Oh, that's my second pet peeve. All the people that apparently don't know how to change their age on their profile. So their profile will say, like, I'm 24. And then immediately underneath, they'll be like, I'm actually 28 or actually 20.
What,
or
they screwed
actually-
up, or have they just been there for so long that they can't change it?
No. You put your birth date in, so it remembers your birthdays. If you were actually on the site for years, it would age you up.
So somebody screwed up.
Or so
Lied.
they're either an idiot and don't know how to use a basic birth date form, or they're lying about themselves. Like you can't trust any of the information because you get
Right.
that I'm 20 years old and it looks like, a 48-year-old waitress from Denny's, and you're just like, nope, you're not 20 years old.
Well, depends how many pancakes, I
Yeah.
guess, but who knows?
Or the ones that are even sketchy is the ones that are like, I'm 18, and then underneath, actually, I'm 17. And you're like, nope,
Really?
Chris Hansen, you're not getting me today.
The ladies who've been smoking for 40 years, they don't sound like they're 20 anymore.
No, they don't. No.
That should be a dead giveaway. Maybe somebody has said their age before, and now they've been called out on dates to be like, you know what? I better put it on my bio because
Just delete
blackmail.
your
What about
Profile,
stuff
make
on
a
the
new one.
bio that says prefer not to say? Like, what's up with that?
Prefer not to say what.
Like
exactly.
kids or stuff like
yeah.
Well, then it's an obvious trigger. You have 40 million in every country. Get lost. That's what prefer not to say.
I don't know.
means.
I mean, does that turn people off of even answering a profile?
I would say, like, what the hell are you hiding?
Exactly.
that. Or the ladies who are saying,
You have 20 cats?
just
Like,
if you want, all their profile is, if you want to know something, just ask.
yeah. No
And
thanks.
it's like, I didn't even put any effort into this. Just ask me questions.
Or they're just sick of the crap and just, you know what, just talk.
No, they I don't know.
Lazy. Got it.
Lazy. Yeah.
You should be asking me questions. You're welcome. I'm here. That's the attitude.
Yes. Yeah.
Nathan doesn't put up with that kind of stuff. It should be equal. Talking to each other, sharing information. That's how relationships work. Not hiding stuff and probing it out of you until you scream at each other. Come on, lady. Goodness.
Fair enough. Elijah's going to open up a dating consulting website
I think I'd
to
be pretty
help
good
people
at.
with their dating website profiles.
Yeah, I think I'd be pretty good at, but I think I'd be okay. Avoid all the dating apps possible. These kids have it too easy, swiping and clicking and profiling people in an unusual fashion. And hopefully it's a real picture.
Hopefully.
It's not quite like dating, but patreon.com/nerdybynature is just as fun. You can give a little money, get some rewards. We can all share something in common. Helping us out, get our goal, $150 a month, professional studio space. That's what we're after. Much appreciated if you can help us out. $1 for VIP access, getting behind the scenes, as in episodes early. That's cheap VIP access. You have to go to a club and a door. $20, cheap date right here.
Yeah.
$5 a month. You're getting some good stuff, some shout outs. $3 a month. You're getting some pictures, stories behind the scenes. Keep up with us, what we're doing, interviews, all that good stuff. See what's coming up for the next month. $10 a month you can donate to get a reward, to get some digital signed photos and more good stuff sent to your inbox just from us to you. No kisses with the lipstick. That's too far. But otherwise, signature, no problem. Right, Chris?
I got it.
He's good with that. And $20 a month, be our guest, hang out at the table, have the conversation with us, pick an episode. It's a good time. Also, good luck with Tinder, Grindr, or Plenty of Fish, my friends. Tell us your story, nightmare or success. Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. Let us get nerdy as you are. Have a great weekend and stay safe. Well, like all good things, they must come to an end, my friends. Another show is in the books, and we had so much fun starting the weekend off right, just with you. Nerdy by Nature here with you, discovering the world around us, learning new things, and having a great conversation. Couldn't get to everything, though, in this episode, so please head over to letusgetnerdy.com, check out the show notes, the research, and all the extras. Just couldn't fit in today. While you're there, feel free to subscribe, Android or iOS. It's all good. If you want to say hi, leave a comment below the notes or click on Contact Us, whichever your heart desires. If you want to get crazy and social and right into it with us, please do. Head over to Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, search up Let Us Get Nerdy, won't you? Hashtag, @mention us, say some cool stuff, or call us out. For Nerdy by Nature, thank you so much for listening. Take care.
Yo, this is dirty.